Welcome to AK Jha Classes of Biology. I am Ashutosh Kumar Jha. Today I am going to explain about heterotrophic mode of nutrition in human being, which include digestion of food. Human is omnivorous animal. That means it takes food from plant and plant sources and from animal sources. That means human can eat the flesh of other animals and can take plants and plant products. So these complex organic food need digestion. So I am going to explain the digestion of complex food in the human being. Now what is digestion? So digestion is the process of breaking down of complex organic substance into simple soluble molecules with the help of enzymes which can be absorbed by the cells of intestine. So how food is digested in human body? We explain the complex process of digestion in human being. So digestion of food occurs in the alimentary canal of human being. Alimentary canal consists of mouth, and alimentary canal starts from mouth and ends in anus. We first of all explain the structure of alimentary canal. Then we explain the digestion of food in different parts of alimentary canal. So alimentary canal starts from mouth. Mouth is covered by upper and lower jaw. So only lower jaw is movable and upper jaw remains fixed. Mouth contains teeth, tongue and salivary gland. Now we first of all explain the organs present in mouth and what are the functions of the organs present in mouth. So first of all, teeth. The teeth of human being is heterodont. That means different types of teeth present in human being. Both the jaw contain teeth. The total number of teeth in human being is 32. We explain the different types of teeth. That means incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Incisor teeth is for cutting of food. Canine is for tearing of fleshes, foods. Premolar and molar teeth are for mastication of food. The number of different types of teeth present in the upper jaw and lower jaw can be explained by the help of dental formula. The dental formula is number of teeth is in 1/2 of the upper jaw divided by number of different types of teeth in 1/2 of the lower jaw. There are 4 types of teeth in human being: incisor, canine, premolar and molar. The dental formula of human being is 2123 divided by 2123. That means 2 incisor, 1 canine, 2 premolar and 3 molar. So these are the teeth present in the 1/2 of the upper jaw and divided by 2123. That means 2 incisor, 1 canine, 2 premolar and 3 molars. So these are the teeth present in the 1/2 of the lower jaw. That means 8 teeth present in the 1/2 of the upper jaw and 8 teeth present in 1/2 of the lower jaw. That means total number of teeth is 32. So 2123 divided by 2123 is the dental formula of human being. Now teeth of human being is heterodont. That means different types of teeth present in human being. Thecodont. that means teeth present in socket of the maxilla bone of upper and lower jaw. The teeth of human being is diphyodont. That means it appears 2 times. First set of teeth appears, which are called milk teeth. After the falling of teeth, milk teeth, second set of teeth appears, which is called permanent teeth. So human teeth is diphyodont. So teeth helps in cutting, tearing, and mastication of food. Now tongue. The human tongue is muscular and interiorly it is free, rounded, and posteriorly it is attached to the floor of lower jaw. Tongue contains salivary glands. Tongue helps in cleaning of teeth and also helps in mixing saliva with food. The salivary gland present in tongue secretes saliva. The saliva contains mucus and an enzyme maltase, which convert maltose into sugar. So after masticating the bread for a long time, it appears sweet due to partial digestion of carbohydrate. That means xylene, the enzyme present in saliva, helps in breaking down of maltose. Tongue also has taste buds. There are 4 types of taste buds, which are sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. Then tongue also helps in taking the taste of food. It helps in mixing saliva with food, and it helps in mastication of food by teeth. The teeth together with tongue helps in mastication of food. When we eat food, then food is in the form of complex solid form. Teeth helps in mastication of food. Tongue mixes saliva in food and food becomes soft, and then the food is engulfed into the pharynx through oral cavity, and from oral cavity food goes to the esophagus through the opening called gullet. Now we explain the different structure of alimentary canal. You see on board the figure of alimentary canal. See the structure of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal starts from mouth. This is the mouth. The mouth is surrounded by upper and lower jaw. Only lower jaw is movable. The food enters in mouth. We take food from our hand and drops it into mouth. Teeth helps in mastication of food. Tongue mixes saliva in food, and in oral cavity food is masticated and saliva is mixed with food. Tongue also takes taste of food, then food is engulfed into the pharynx. The pharynx is a common opening of respiratory system and digestive system. Here laryngotracheal chamber also present, which is also called voice box. Now food from pharynx enters into oesophagus. So oesophagus is a long tube-like structure because of presence of neck. Oesophagus leads into stomach. So stomach is a storage organ, is a wide, curved, sac-like structure. Its upper portion of stomach is called cardiac stomach because it is towards the heart. Middle portion is called fundic stomach, and the lower portion is called pyloric stomach. This stomach enters into a U-shaped tube which is called duodenum. At the point of opening of stomach into duodenum, there is a constriction which is called pyloric constriction, and it also contains a valve called pyloric valve. It makes the passage one way. That means food can passes from stomach to the intestine, but cannot comes back from intestine to stomach. Esophagus and stomach together constitute the upper portion of the alimentary canal where food is stored. The food comes through mouth, comes in esophagus and stores for some time in stomach. From stomach, it enters into the duodenum, which is U-shaped tube. Now duodenum opens into a coiled tubule which is called jejunum, and jejunum opens into a more coiled tubule which is called ileum. So duodenum and ileum both together, duodenum, jejunum and ileum. These three parts together called a small intestine. And jejunum, duodenum opens into jejunum, jejunum opens into ileum, and ileum opens into the cecum, which is first part of large intestine. Cecum is well developed in herbivorous animal where cellulose is digested. But human being, cecum is not well developed. It is in vestigial form. It ends into a blind tubule which is called vermiform appendix. It is not functional in human being. Sometimes when it becomes functional, then we feel pain in abdomen, and surgically it is removed from the body, which is called operation of appendix. It is not useful for human being. It is a vestigial organ in human being, but functional in herbivorous animals. Now cecum opens into first part of large intestine, which is called colon. So colon is of three types. First of all, those colon which go upward, that is called ascending colon. Next is which goes straight sidewise, that is transverse colon. It is transverse colon, firstly ascending colon, then transverse colon, and then descending colon. Ascending colon, transverse colon, and descending colon. And colons, it opens into rectum, is a muscular structure, and rectum opens into anus. So these are the structures of alimentary canal. Besides these functions, there are some glands also, which are liver, gallbladder, pancreas. These are the digestive glands. Now we study the digestion of different types of food in our alimentary canal. Partial digestion of food occurs in mouth with the help of enzyme ptyalin, which convert starch into maltose. Then food goes to the esophagus. The wall of esophagus also secretes an enzyme which is called pepsinogen. And pepsinogen is inactive enzyme, so there is no any digestion of food in esophagus. Then food enters in stomach. Now, what is the digestion of food in stomach? We study one by one. Now I am going to explain digestion of food in different parts of alimentary canal. First of all, in mouth, partial digestion of carbohydrate occurs because the saliva secreted by salivary gland present in tongue contain an enzyme ptyalin, which converts starch into maltose. Besides mucus, the saliva also contains an enzyme ptyalin, which converts starch into maltose. So partial digestion of carbohydrate occurs in mouth. Now partially digested food goes to the oesophagus. In oesophagus there is no any digestion of food. The wall of oesophagus secretes an inactive enzyme, pepsinogen, which do not digest the food. Now from oesophagus, food enters in stomach. When the food enters in stomach, the gastric gland of the wall of stomach secretes gastric juice, which contain large quantity of water, 0.3% HCl, and an inactive enzyme, pepsinogen. Here is also enzyme is inactive. So what are the functions of HCl? It kills harmful bacteria, prevent the food from spoilage, and convert inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin. Now this pepsin works on protein and converts into peptones and proteases. That means partial digestion of protein occurs in stomach. When food enters in stomach, there is a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the wall of stomach, which is called peristaltic movement. So due to peristaltic movement of the wall of stomach, gastric juice mixes with food and food becomes paste-like, which is called chyme. Now chyme passes down to the duodenum, which is first part of a small intestine. When food enters in duodenum, then liver and gallbladder secretes bile juice. This bile juice comes in duodenum through bile duct. Pancreas is a gland, digestive gland. It secretes pancreatic juice, which also comes in duodenum through pancreatic duct. And intestine also contain, the wall of intestine also contains gland, intestinal gland, which secretes succus entericus. So bile juice, which is secreted by liver and gallbladder, do not contain any enzyme. It has only bile salts and bile pigments, so it only helps in emulsification of fat. Pancreas contain pancreatic juice. Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. It is alkaline digestive juice, which makes the medium of food alkaline, essential for the digestion of carbohydrate. Pancreatic juice secreted by pancreas contain 3 digestive enzymes: trypsin, amylase, and lipase. Trypsin is a protein digestive enzyme, amylase is a carbohydrate digestive enzyme, and lipase is a fat digestive enzyme. So trypsin converts protein into peptones and proteases. Amylase converts maltose into glucose and fructose, and lipase converts fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Now intestinal gland, it also secretes digestive juice, which is called succus entericus. It contains different types of digestive enzyme: carbohydrate digestive enzyme, protein digestive enzyme, and fat digestive enzyme. So these digestive enzyme ultimately converts proteins into amino acid, carbohydrates into glucose, and lipase into fat and fatty acid and glycerol. Fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Now, when food enters in duodenum, the bile juice, pancreatic juice, and succus entericus mixes in food, and food becomes more liquid, which is called chyle. Chyle passes down to the ileum. Most of the digestion of food occurred in duodenum, but some carbohydrate, protein, fat remains undigested. So this food comes in ileum. The wall of ileum also secretes succus entericus, which digests the remaining carbohydrate, protein, and fat. The food is fully digested in ileum. Now wall of the ileum contains numerous finger-like projections called villi, which increases the surface area, and due to increased surface area, the villi of the ileum, that is internal lining of the ileum, absorbs the digested food from the body, and undigested food, remaining undigested food enters in colon. So there is no any digestion of food occurs in colon. Only colon absorbs excess water from undigested food. First of all, in ascending colon, then transverse colon, and then into descending colon, and colon then goes to the from food colon food enters into rectum. In rectum, undigested food is temporarily stored, where the undigested food converted into feces with the help of bacteria present in rectum. Now, rectum opens into anus, and from anus, the undigested food is removed out in the form of semi-solid feces. That means whole digestion of food occurs in mouth, esophagus, stomach, in duodenum, ileum, colon, rectum, and anus, and the undigested food removed out in the form of semi-solid feces. Main digestive glands are liver, gallbladder, pancreas, gastric gland, salivary gland, and the glands present in the wall of duodenum and ileum, that is intestinal gland. In this way, digestion of food occurs in the human being. That means, first of all, ingestion, taking of food with the help of hand, then digestion. Digestion occurs in the alimentary canal, then absorption. Absorption occurs from the wall of ileum, and then the absorbed food is distributed in all parts of the body, which is called assimilation. That means in nutrition, heterotropic nutrition, the different steps of ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and undigested food removed out from the body, which is called ejection or egestion. So ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion, these are the steps in the heterotropic mode of nutrition. In human being, this occurs in the alimentary canal, but in unicellular amoeba, all the process occurs in single celled with the help of their wall, that is body wall, and food is digested inside the cell in the food vacuole. Here we studied the digestion of food in alimentary canal of human beings.